Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fulton Street Beats. It's good to see you here again. And as promised, I know it's been a minute. Please don't yell at me. We have the Guitar Kit World build finished. I was going to bring you through the entire build process, but honestly, I decided to nitro this guitar, and it turned into a big project when you do nitro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some pictures up as we go, a little bit of videos here and there, showing some processes, but we're going to talk about this guitar from Guitar Kit World. And what an amazing guitar it is. So if you go to the Guitar Kit World website, this is the L2 semi-hollow mahogany body with a real ebony fretboard. That's right. And a spalted maple top. When the guitar arrives, you're going to be ecstatic when you open it. It's a beautiful, beautiful guitar. Yes, it's a guitar kit. And if you guys are coming into this thinking that you're going to just throw a guitar kit together and you're going to play it, that's not how it works. So I'm going to tell you maybe the mindset you need to have when doing a guitar kit. And one thing that you might click off the video right away. If you don't have patience to build a guitar, you'll never succeed. Something's gonna mess up on you if you don't have patience. Patience is the number one, it's the number one thing when building a guitar. You have to have it. If you don't have it, you won't succeed. I guarantee it. Now that being said, if you have patience, they're a great way to learn a lot about guitars and to have fun and to do something your way. And that's exactly what I did with this guitar. This guitar, you guys are probably looking at it right now going, holy shit, Fulton Street Beats. That's a good looking semi-hollow. And it really is. And, well, a lot of that's because of patience. And I'm not the most patient person in the world when it comes to certain things, but I am patient when I know I have to be patient. Um, so let's talk about the quality of this kit. I'm going to put some pictures up as we go here so you can kind of get the gist of how this guitar arrives and some of the processes and finishing processes that I went through in between. So keep an eye on the screen. Anyhow, this guitar comes with pretty cool gold hardware, gold bridge, gold tailpiece, gold tuners. I decided to upgrade things. Now, I didn't upgrade them because the stuff that comes with it is junk, but there is definitely better, okay? Guitar Kit World pickups always have sounded good, and I'm going to put those values of the pickups that came with it on the screen. These happen to be Epiphone Vintage Pro Bucker kit with push-pulls. That's what I decided to go with for wiring on this guitar. Now, that might not be something you're prepared to do with this particular model, this L2 model. Probably not going to be prepared to do that because I had to actually route out a cavity cover for the back because it's solid in the back. I had to route that out and find a cavity cover to put on that after I routed it and stepped it down to put my push pulls in because I couldn't make the angle going through the F hole to get in there. So, and there's a reason it's called the F hole because it's hard to wire it on a hollow body to get them up through. I mean, that's my only reason to call it F hole. Okay, so you're gonna have amenities on this guitar that I have done. I've taken liberties of doing, but then I'm gonna tell you something I discovered with this guitar too along the way. So again, I added the gold. It doesn't come with all gold hardware, but I added the gold Epiphone vintage pickups with push pulls, and so you split coil, and I put a brass tip on the switch here. And I did the white pickup rings versus the black that comes with. The black looked really nice too. I'm not gonna lie, the black looked really, really nice. This has Ply Binding front and back. Both the front and the back have beautiful, nice Ply Binding. Maybe you're gonna, you're gonna learn to scrape some binding. So once again, there's a lot of learning that you can do on these kits. And for the price at $299.99, you're getting a really good, fantastic guitar in the end that is, and you could do your upgrades, whatever you want to put into it, but the outcome of what you have in the end, the quality, is entirely up to you because all the bones are quality. You have mahogany neck with a very thin C-shaped neck on this one. This is thinner than like a 60s style uh neck. Um and I really dig it. Of course, and Guitar Kit World's not associated with any other brand. Let's get that clear. So we're not going to use terms that are associated with those brands because, well, we all know we live in a sue happy world now. So this is its Guitar Kit World is its own distinct brand. They're doing a really remarkable job at sending you really good bones to upgrade the way you see fit or use their components and have a nice playable guitar when you're done. The tuners on this guitar, I'll tell you, the tuners on this guitar are actually the ones that came with it. I had some brand new Grovers and a box, and I went to put those on, and one fell apart on me. Yeah, legit Grover fell apart on me, so I went back to the Guitar Kit World tuners. I'm not saying they're the best, I'm saying it was better than what I was about to use. Um, I used their tailpiece, I did change out the bridge, and this is what I wanted to get to real quick because, well, I have learning curves also. When I finish this guitar, and I set up the action, and the action's not finished being set up yet. And that's simply because the guitar is still acclimating to the surroundings and things are changing. But I have it very, very close. I actually have the very, very low. It's less than a millimeter right now. I don't have any buzz anywheres. Unless you're playing hard, you get a little bit of buzz. So we're going to have to give that, not the bridge, but the truss rod, just a little bit of a tweak. Turning it that way, dual action truss rod, just to bring it up just a smidge, up to about a millimeter. And that's how good it will be. But that's all going to depend also on your fretwork. Are you good at doing fretwork? Are you patient enough to do fretwork? I'm patient when it comes to fretwork. Sometimes I do fretwork while I'm watching TV and just watch TV, little filing, little sanding, and then come back and feel them, and you get a perfect fretboard every time if you're patient. And that's what I've done on this. This has beautiful abalone inlays, beautiful block inlays on this, and I think I matched the body to those inlays pretty good, I think. And I don't remember the color I used. I'll leave it in the description, what the exact color is. And believe it or not, I just used that one single color, rubbed it, kind of bursted it in a little bit, and then went back and sanded away in the center to give it the hues in the grain. And then lacquered the guitar. Of course, you do have to use wood fillers and all that stuff and grain sealers like you normally would on any other guitar. So it's worth it if you're doing a guitar kit, if you're a first-time builder and you have aptitude and patience. Aptitude is the second thing you're going to need. You need some aptitude. If you don't have aptitude, if you can't work a remote control, you probably shouldn't try to build a guitar. And I'm not knocking you. Some people just can't. Just don't do it. It's not for you because aptitude is another key. Knowing how things work together. And you'll find in the guitar world that a lot of guitar players don't know anything about how guitars work or how they function, which is why they take them to their setup guys or their luthiers to have things done. They just don't know. They think they know, but they don't know. And we're always learning. You always have to learn. So I was chasing an intonation problem with this guitar when I got done with it, and I couldn't intonate the guitar. I would play a chord, and it would sound like hot garbage, hot, steamy garbage. And I was going, what in the world is going on? I knew the scale length was right. I knew everything was, I was trying to get everything dialed in. And that was the first thing I thought was the bridge. We got a bad bridge. Something's going on. So I double checked my scale length. Everything was fine. I swapped out the bridge for the silver one, which is fine. Because there's a theme that I was going for on this guitar that I haven't finished yet either. We'll get to that. So I swapped out the bridge. Intonation was still off. And I said, I don't understand them. Automatically, we go to the nut, right? It must be the nut. But I just put a brand new Graphtec nut on it. Brand new Graphtec nut. Cut it right, everything. Put it on. And I said, you know what? Let's put the Guitar Kit World nut on it. And Guitar Kit World comes with a bone nut, by the way. It's a bone nut. So I put the bone nut back on it that came with the guitar. I didn't even file any of this nut as it was actually came pretty good. All my string heights are correct. I glued that nut down, tuned it up, worked on the intonation, got it intonated perfectly. Every string, perfect intonation, dead nuts with the strobe right in the center, on every string, and it's dead nuts on, and now my chords are full. Everything works. It's not hot, steamy garbage. Um, yeah. So I'm thinking that the GrafTech nut that I got, that I purchased off of eBay, new, but I'm not sure if there's, I don't remember the seller. It was a while ago. I think I might have got a fake or something. It didn't feel like a GrafTech either. Didn't say GrafTech. It wasn't a GrafTech little thing, but yeah, I think I got scammed on that one. But so it happens. But now I know the guitar is good and everything's perfect. As a matter of fact, it sounds great. Great sounding guitar. We'll get to that in a second. Um, so like once again, nice switch in it. This is it comes with decent components, but this switch is definitely the Pro Bucker ones that I put in. The pick doesn't come with a pick guard. I put that pick guard on. That is from a Firefly 338 that had the racing stripe on it, and that is the pick guard from it. So I did end up putting that on. It is the bridge that came with, or not the bridge, the tailpiece that came with it, but I did change the bridge. That's an Epiphone bridge. Nothing wrong with the gold bridge, guys. If you want to go with the gold, I'm actually going to change this pickup cover here to silver. I'm going to change this brass knob to like an aluminum type of brass knob. And I'm going to change these tuners to one side gold and one side silver, because silver and gold is going to be the theme of this guitar. And we're going to call this guitar, I've already called it that because it reminds me of it, Yukon Cornelius. And if you are familiar with Rudolph, you know who Yukon Cornelius is, right? Silver and gold. Nothing. And that's what this guitar is going to be. As a matter of fact, I got a decal that's ordered that we're going to actually put on this guitar, lacquer it in after it gets here. That's right, the guitar will get tore apart again. We're going to lacquer Yukon Cornelius with his little pickaxe in there and his Colt 45 on his side. And he's going to go about right here. And we'll lacquer it again. But what's really cool is I've already started to distress this guitar because of the nitro that I used. Yeah, because I went full nitro on this. And when I say full nitro, so poly's a lot easier to work with. Nitro can be a pain if you haven't used it before. So I don't suggest going into it blind nitroing a guitar. It's something you got, unless you're prepared to do that, something you got to get your feet wet with. And all nitros are different. There's different formulations of nitro. I'd been using this particular nitro on a lot of my builds, and I like it for many reasons. I can relic it easily if I want to, not as easily as, like, say, a Gibson style nitro or Stu Mac type of nitro. But with the nitro that I use, I can relic it relatively easily, but the durability is there too. I don't lose the luster. I don't lose the shine. That's because they add agents in what I use to make it stronger, more durable. And what is that what is that nitro that you ask? Well, no, I'm not paid or sponsored for this. I just want to give you guys helpful hints if I can. This is Watco, and this is called a Watco lacquer. You can get this at Home Depot. In Home Depot, if you wanna send me some money for saying your name, go ahead. I'm just kidding. Watco lacquer. They call it crystal clear lacquer gloss. About $12 a can. Home Depot. This guitar took about 3.5 cans to do. And it is a nitrocellulose. Now, you're not going to see the word nitrocellulose on this can, so that's where it fools everybody. They say it's not nitro. It is nitro. What they've done is it's an alkaloid nitro. If you look at their data sheet, it tells you it's nitrocellulose right on it. But what they do is they've added polymers in with the nitro to make it more durable, which is fantastic. It's simply fantastic. And for anybody who said, it's not going to have the sound, that's bullshit. It doesn't make a difference. The magnetic field does not care what the guitar is covered in. Okay, you're still going to get a good tone. As a matter of fact, with this guitar plugged in, and if you're not in the room and you're listening just through your amp or through your headphones, you can't tell that it is a semi-hollow body through your headphones. Only when you take it off and you're getting the acoustics of the room and the guitar in the mix also. So it's all how you mic it in your DAW. If you're direct plug, you don't get it. If you're using a room mic, yeah, you'll grab some acoustics and you can hear the effects. But in the magnetic field, nothing, okay? But anyhow, I'm digressing. Nitro. Inexpensive, works great. You can relic it if you want. And it has what's great about the alkaloid nitros is their dry time is a lot faster. You're able to buff a lot quicker to final sand and buff a lot quicker than you can with, say, a Stumac, a nitro or the Gibson style nitros that they use. It's resistant to fading too. It's resistant to changing colors and yellowing on you. So that's really cool. So a lot of the same benefits with, to me, it's just a better formulation. If you're old school and you want it the other way, go ahead. It lays really nice also, as long as your surface is prepped properly and you know what you're doing and you know how to lay the coats on properly at proper timing. So I never gave this thing a sanding until I laid my last coat on, and I actually let it sit for uh, 48 hours before I did my final sanding and buffing on it. And then I froze the top a little bit, hit it with some heat, and got some stress cracks started in it to give it a little vintage vibe to it. And hopefully they spread out on their own and get a little more and more. And then I buffed down the finish just a touch because it was a little too shiny, but it's still pretty shiny, right? So there's that. So let's go over these features really quick, just so you know. C-shaped neck, very thin C, multi-ply, mahogany. Neck binding is a single ivory. The neck material is bone. The fretboard is real ebony. Inlays are block abalone. 22 frets, and scale length is 24.75. Of course, we all should know that. Spalted maple top. Body binding is a multi-ply ivory. The hardware is a gold finish. The pick guard doesn't come with a pick guard at all, not this particular model. The knobs that come with it are black speed knobs. Tunematic style bridge and stop bar is a semi-hollow single cutaway. Two humbuckers, two volumes, two tones, and I'm just reading off the list here, guys, so I don't forget nothing. Um, and strings are standard steel. Machine heads are sealed die cast, and double action truss rod. Exactly. Cut out really nice too for the truss rod. Truss rod works phenomenally. Adjusts very nice. The tuning keys hold tune very, very well. The worst part about a guitar kit, number one worst part, is the strings. Strings are hot garbage. Throw them out, put new ones on. These have the ones that came with it. They hold tune, they stay in tune. They're just not they don't have they don't resonate like a good quality string does. They don't feel like a good quality string does. They're just cheap strings that come in a package, they come with a guitar kit. So most people prefer their own brand anyhow. I think that's their thinking behind that. But I want to give a shout out to Paulo over at Guitar Kit World for sending this to me. Great company to deal with. And if you have any issues with Guitar Kit World, as long as you're, telling the truth, they're going to take care of you. I got a bad kit from them recently, and they pulled the guitar from their lineup till they could figure out what the QC problem was with that guitar. So that shows what kind of company they are. They listen. No, we ain't selling that no more. And I got this one, and wow, 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 what a great kit. Great bones. The neck fit to the body perfectly. When I glued it in and clamped it, everything was right. I clamped it, let it sit for the day. I come back the next day. I started sanding on the guitar and getting everything ready, even doing fret work ahead of time, things like that. And then final prep and nitro in it. And honestly, taking your time, getting your hardware, figuring out the setup that you want. Of course, I had to cut out the back for the cavity cover to put that on, but great sounding, great playing guitar. Well, I mean, you can't ask for more. It's built to, well, um, it's going to be built to however good you are, and the cap on this guitar is thick, baby, thick. And I'll show you the insides cavity covers. It's thick. That spalted maple, baby, is it thick. So a big, thick maple cap on this thing. Body, I believe the body itself is, I think it's capped on the back also. They use a big kind of cap on the back, and then I think two pieces in the center, if I remember correct. Yeah, two piece. Yep, two pieces for your center. But it's just been that's mahogany. So mahogany, maple cap, spalted maple, and book matched beautifully. Man, I love it. All right, guys. I'm gonna try to give you guys a coupon code in the description box below if it's still available and it's there. But let's leave playing a little bit. Hopefully, you don't get a copyright strike. But let's leave playing this guitar a little bit, and just remember, hey man, it's rock and roll that makes the world do that twirly thing, and this might be the way to go if you like guitar kits. Another shout out, Guitar Kit World. Thanks, guys. As usual, you guys rock, and you sent me a quality kit. I can't complain. Peace. Bye. Let's check out some quick sound bites. James Gang. And hopefully we don't get a copyright strike, but I really want to show you this, so little pieces. I think this guitar has a lot of good tone, personally. And I think that you guys definitely can get the gist of how cool this build is. Make sure you come back and give Fulton Street Beats another look-see. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Bye.